4 unique ways so that you can get local SEO clients for your SEO agency. In case if you're new to this channel, I am Prerak Mehta और मैं अपनी journey as the founder of Net Mafia, एक web design and SEO marketing agency, YouTube पे document करता हूँ. And today I'm going to be sharing a few things which I don't see a lot of agency owners doing, which can help you guys get a lot more qualified local SEO leads on a consistent basis. So if you remember a few months ago, मैंने अपने चैनल पे डॉक्यूमेंट किया था how to build linkable assets which can get you more backlinks passively for free. And so using Localo, which is also the sponsor for today's video, I'll be using their position checker widget by going over to the pro features area, click on other features, scroll down to the part where I just need to configure my domain URL, provide a call to action, CTA in the question mark, and an action URL which would lead my traffic to my contact page or the service page. Next, what I can do is I can embed this entire code. I need to copy this and I can paste it in my WordPress website. So just for an example, I am editing this post and I can just bring custom HTML. I can paste this code and preview this entire tool. Now, if I were to run this with the help of an online HTML compiler, I can even do this. So let me just show you in action. So here if I were to run this tool, this would look pretty much like this. So यहाँ पे I can enter a business name. So let's just say, for example, I am searching for pest control service in New York City. So if I just search for this, let me select this one, and Localo is going to suggest me certain keywords related to this GMB profile. So यहाँ पे pest control service select करना सबसे ज़्यादा sense बनता है. So I will select it and click on see current position. अब इससे होगा ये कि यहाँ पे I can see where this particular GMB profile ranks in the map compared to the competition, and I can even see who the top rankers are in the maps. तो इससे होगा ये कि जो भी ट्रैफिक आपके वेब पेज पे आ रहा है, assuming you are also running an SEO campaign for your SEO agency website, वो ट्रैफिक और वो प्रोस्पेक्ट्स उनकी पोजीशन मैप पे चेक कर पाएंगे. और जहाँ भी उनको ये क्वेश्चन मार्क दिखेगा विद इन दिस ब्लू सर्कल, they will see a text what you have set. Like for over here, since I'm running this on an HTML online compiler, I'm seeing a default text which Localo has set. Or else what I can even do, I can add my own and I'll need to authenticate with my domain URL. So वहाँ पे मैं मेरा custom CTA set कर सकता हूँ ताकि जो भी मेरे prospects होंगे वो देख पाएंगे that they can schedule a call with me. तो इससे आप आपके prospects को call schedule करने पे मजबूर कर दोगे because they will find genuine value from this free local SEO audit tool for their business and seeing where do they stand in the local map pack and who their top competitors are. And just in case if you want to actually remove the branding which you are seeing right now powered by Localo over here, all you need to do is just go back to Localo and click on this checkbox, so that way you can hide the branding. So if I just show you this in action, I can paste this tool once again, and if I were to run this, you wouldn't find the branding at the bottom right corner. So no longer we have this branding. So जब आप क्लाइंट डिस्कवरी कॉल कंडक्ट करते हो या मान लीजिए आपकी कोई कॉल स्केड्यूल हुई है मे बी नेक्स्ट वीक, तो व्हाट यू कैन डू टू मेक दिस प्रॉस्पेक्ट मूव फ्रॉम द वार्म स्टेज टू हॉट स्टेज. वार्म यानी दे आर इंटरेस्टेड इन एक्सप्लोरिंग योर SEO सर्विस बट आर नॉट 100% कॉन्फिडेंट कि वो आपको ही हायर करेंगे. Whereas hot lead are those leads जिन्होंने डिसाइड कर लिया है कि उनको आपके पास ही उनका काम करवाना है. So the best thing you can do in this situation is to use Localo's research mode. यहाँ आप उनके business profile search कर सकते हैं by clicking on create grid. You can search for maybe let's just say pest exterminating. That was the business profile over here, right? Let me just search for the same pest control NYC. And here we have expert exterminating. So let me just search the same thing. Expert exterminating NYC. And here we got this profile. Next, I need to confirm whether the location is United States and the language set is English or not. Once I do this, I can click on confirm. और confirm करने के बाद I can actually add a keyword which is related to this particular industry. So यहाँ पे I can even see different monthly searches. So यहाँ पे service करके एक keyword है which has around 92,000 searches, but it doesn't really make sense because it doesn't say much about a pest control service or other service. So it makes more sense to use this pest control service. So that's what I'm going to add and click on see current position. आप ये डिटेल एनालिसिस कर पाएंगे कि ये लोकल एसईओ प्रोजेक्ट लेना आपके लिए इजी होगा या मुश्किल. जहाँ भी आपको ग्रीन सर्कल्स देखने को मिलेंगे वहाँ इट्स वेरी इजी टू रैंक. जहाँ आपको येलो या रेड सर्कल्स देखने को मिलेंगे यू विल हैव टू वर्क अ बिट हार्डर टू बीट योर कॉम्पिटिशन. तो ये एनालिसिस करके आपको एज एन agency owner पता लगेगा whether you need to charge maybe X amount of money or twice or thrice depending on the scope and difficulty of the project. So next what you can do is you can even send this dashboard view to your prospect in the meantime by clicking on this share button, and this link will be created. Now you can send this link via email or WhatsApp or text SMS or whatever the case is you are communicating with your prospects. तो ताकि उन्हें ये पता लग पाएगा कि where they are standing in the maps. Right, so this is what they will be able to see, that what their position is, who their top competitors are, what would be their keyword, how much their profile is visible in the maps and all the other things. And इससे हुआ ये कि the chances are when they jump on the Zoom meet with you, they have pretty much made their decision of going ahead with you. So without you having to put in a lot of sales efforts, you have essentially secured a client for your local SEO agency. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to my channel because I have something really cool to offer. With my affiliate link mentioned in the pinned comment, you'll be able to get a special discount of 10%. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead, click on the link mentioned in the pinned comment. Another really cool feature of Localo is you can use its sales mode to find prospects and leads for your local SEO agency. So here I can click on sales mode and I'll make sure I am under pro features tab, and यहाँ पे I can find prospects and leads for my SEO agency which are not really performing well in the map pack. So all I need to do is type in the industry. So just for an example, I will just type in dentist over here, and for the location I will just type in New York. Alright, once I do this, I can click on find potential customers, and here Localo will be able to, bring out the results which are ranking really low. You can see the average position for this particular is 152. Although they have a rating of 4.8 stars, they are still ranking pretty low. And if I were to preview this in a grid format in the maps, I can even click on it and see where they are standing in the map pack. Here I can see their position is 153 for the keyword dentist, whereas this is ranking number 1 even when they have 4.9 stars, and this one has 5 stars, full 5 stars. So this is what I can see, and I can share this dashboard access to my prospect and tell them that I can help them rank higher on Google search results. If I would like to see what their contact email or their website is or their phone number so that I can reach out to them, I can just open this profile in Google and check out more details over here. Or else what I can even do, I can create a grid, meaning that I can select particular keyword. So instead of not just selecting dentist keyword, I can opt for other keyword as well which has more search volume. Like over here, cosmic dentist seems like a pretty niche keyword. So if I were to just select this and see in the maps, let's try to see what position they are in. So here they are at position 38, which is pretty good. You can see the difficulty to rank in the area is pretty low, but their visibility is also very less. तो यहाँ आप उनको मदद कर पाएंगे to rank higher in the map pack. So this way you are saving from not spending on other lead generation tools, and you are also making sure that all your data related to local SEO remains in one single app. You can then reach out to them, as I said before, by sending them the dashboard access to take a look at where does this business stand. Alternatively, you can even create a website with just one click using Localo's website builder and show them that even this is something which you can provide to them. Not sure how to go about it? Why not check this video out next?